If you were to ask me what's my least favorite thing about online gaming discourse on places like Twitter and YouTube, I would most likely say biased fanboys. Now, bias comes in two forms, those who recognize it and those who don't. We all have some biases to a degree, but as long as you're trying to be fair and genuine, you can prefer certain things over others. For example, I have a lot of bias for playing Super Nintendo games on an original CRT television, but I recognize that's a preference. But like I said, there's people who don't recognize their biases and instead go around acting like they're always right. Example, Harman Smith, almost 2,000 subscribers, and I'm convinced they're all just hate watching because this guy is the biggest Nintendo meat rider in history. And no, that is not hyperbole. Now, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I've been playing Nintendo games since I was like 2, but I also like some Sony games, some Xbox games, indie games, third-party games. Harman Smith, on the other hand, he's basically just free propaganda for Nintendo. So this guy uploads basically multiple times every single day. But let's take a look at one of his more popular videos. PC gaming is inferior to Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna be honest, even as someone who uses their Switch a lot, this is just not true. But let's hear him out first.
I am not playing my gaming PC because it simply isn't as good as my Nintendo consoles. Please understand that, I have a high-end PC. I can play everything.
Once again, if you like your Nintendo more than your PC, that's perfectly fine. But the problem is when you insinuate that PC gaming is objectively worse just because you don't like it as much.
It's not as good as console gaming. It just isn't. Really, when you get right down to it, of course, I got a very expensive PC that's very, very powerful.
Now, one of the things you have to get used to when watching Harman Smith is that he never has a source. This is worse than that, this is horrible, but he never elaborates on why. And at this point you might just be saying, oh, he's satire or he's just a grifter. But as someone who's been kind of keeping up with him for about 3 months now, I'm inclined to actually not believe that. I think he genuinely believes what he's saying.
I think I played my Xbox One more than this. When I first got it, I played Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider, two really, really good games right out of the gate, right?
Now this point is interesting because he actually gives credit to non-Nintendo games. And this video was 4 years ago. If you check his recent videos, he never gives credit to non-Nintendo games. So maybe he is a grifter? But then again, he's just using these games to shit on PC gaming, so I guess he only praises non-Nintendo games when they indirectly make Nintendo look better for this specific argument.
The Xbox One is more comfy. I enjoy playing on it more. I don't have to worry about the installation.
Xbox is more comfy? Okay, yeah, I could see oh, you prefer playing the game by lounging on a sofa instead of at a desk. But that's still subjective. Plus, if you really want to, you can do that with a PC.
Now, I use the PC for more stuff than just gaming, you know what I mean? But I want to use the PC for that stuff, you know what I mean? There's no benefit to PC, despite what you may have been told.
So Harman says there's no benefits to PC gaming, yet literally less than a minute ago, he literally admitted that it's nice to not have to pay to play online. How do you contradict yourself so easily? Plus, we can get into other stuff that are benefits for PC gaming. Cheaper games, access to emulation, better performance, more customization, more games overall. To just say that has no benefits, it's just either stupid or disingenuous.
Amazing how people will, to this day, rail on the Wii and the NES for shovelware while not talking about Steam featuring games keep in mind I just opened the page, featuring games like No Man's Sky, Monster Train, NBA 2K. This is the sales.
How is No Man's Sky shovelware? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of shovelware on Steam, but also this allows for some hidden gems as well. And yes, that goes for the Nintendo Wii as well. I do feel like consoles like the Nintendo DS and Nintendo Wii have more shovelware just due to what audience those consoles were aiming for.
How weak the Steam library is, and I do mean weak. Featured and recommended, Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Oh, that's what they want to sell you. remastered collections. That's the first thing you see.
Oh, they keep selling me remaster collections. At least their remasters aren't full price. Let alone when Nintendo re-releases Wii U games that are currently worth like $20 for $60 on Nintendo Switch. But of course, Harman would figure out a way to defend that.
I own a gaming PC, and I can tell you, consoles are superior. There's no getting around it. You can brag all you want about how you can supposedly emulate every single Nintendo game as soon as they come out, which isn't true, by the way. I don't even think they have N64 emulators up and running, so you can't even pirate like N64 emulators.
Would you like to explain my current background footage? Once again, you know nothing about how the emulation scene works.
No, you can't. Without spending even more money that you could easily have just spent on a console with the actual game and had a better experience with it. Like, you have to jump through so many hoops, right, in order to steal your content.
He basically just said that if you emulate Kid Icarus Uprising, which is a 3DS game that is not being officially sold, it's stealing. Yeah, this is one of those guys that thinks emulation automatically equals piracy, which is just objectively untrue.
They can just pirate all the content their piratey little hearts desire, and then complain about Nintendo not providing these games for free on their hardware. I think this is...
I have never in my life heard somebody complain that Nintendo is not giving away their games for free. Where is your source? Nintendo Switch Online is a fine enough service for those who just want to play easily accessible retro games on their Nintendo Switch. But I already bought those games, so why am I in the wrong for emulating them on my PC instead of paying for them again via a subscription service? Also, Nintendo's online servers are bullshit. They barely work if you're just using Wi-Fi, and the only upside is that they're $20 a year instead of whatever PlayStation Plus is nowadays. I know they raised the price, but it was $60 when this video came out.
Playing Star Fox, still enjoy it, still enjoy a lot actually. I am so it's definitely...
Another thing you'll notice is that he does not ever edit his videos. Like, I get this channel that I'm uploading on now is not the highest effort or anything, but Harman Smith, brother, you're stumbling over all your words. Just edit the video, edit that clip out. It makes you look so much worse, like you have no clue what you're talking about.
Nintendo will just keep getting better and better, and PC gaming will get worse and worse. It will become more restrictive, more and more restrictive. We won't be able to get away with the stuff you're used to being able to do. Piracy is only going to get more difficult.
Now, yes, emulation has been getting more difficult, but that's not PC's fault. It's because Nintendo keeps suing people.
More and more subscription fees, more and more microtransactions. The games themselves are going to get worse and worse.
I'm not paying for a single subscription feed on my PC. Well, aside from GeoGuessr, but online games have still remained completely free on PC.
PC gamers are basically the boomers, right, of the gaming community. Like, they're so convinced, right, that their way is better. Like, they're better than you, and they're just not. Like,
this argument could literally just be applied to you. You're doing the exact thing that you're accusing other people of. You literally think you're better than PC gamers. You say Nintendo's games are better and then don't elaborate. You're literally just treating PC gamers like they know nothing about gaming, when in reality, it's unfortunately the opposite.
They're just a bunch of nerds who have to pretend that they're better than you in order to feel better about themselves.
They're just nerds. Listen, it's pretty hypocritical for me to criticize someone who's really into video games, but Link to the Past t-shirt, Wind Waker, Mario 3, Star Fox 64, I think that's like Symphony of the Night or something, Gyarados, I think that's Smash Bros. You are in no position to call PC gamers the nerds. You can literally see a power supply behind you, meaning you're literally inside a basement. And apparently, according to the comments, when When Harman says he has a high-end gaming PC, he's talking about a $600 PC. Imagine thinking a $600 PC is high-end, LMAO. As soon as you said you have a high-end PC, I knew you were lying. Nintendo Switch runs third-party FPS. True. Harman's like, oh, these games are on Switch. Yeah, go play Doom Eternal on Switch and come back to me. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Don't harass this guy. He just has really bad opinions. I might talk about this guy more in the future because, believe it or not, his new videos are actually way worse. So that's about it. Talk to you again soon.